Hello, everybody. Now, I know that I said that I was going to wait till I got 1,000 subscribers before I give you my pizza recipe, but I don't want to wait. I love all of my subscribers, and, I stop and think of how hard it was for me. I used to love to go to Pizza Hut, but I could not afford it. And I was only allowed to go once a year, and that was when we would get our income tax. My Nutter Butter would take me to Pizza Hut, but that was the only time I ever got pizza. I just never ate out. I couldn't afford it. And I tell myself that I may have a viewer that loves my channel, that's sitting there, that's just like me, and wishes they could do it, but they're not sure how. And so I decided today's National Pizza Day, and I said, you know what, it's about time that I just go ahead and share my recipe with you guys. Now, this pizza's already cooked. I cooked it. I wanted to be able to kind of talk to you a little bit. I'm getting ready to cut it up and kind of talk to you a little bit before. You can put anything you want on your pizza. You can have a garlic cheese pizza. I've made that. That's pretty good. It's totally up to you. You can put hamburger meat in it, Italian sausage. It is completely up to you what you want to put on a pizza. I put mushrooms and pepperoni. Sometimes I like to put long green chilies, black olives, just a variety of different things. The variety is what makes it good, and what you like makes it extra special. It just does. Now I'm cutting this pizza up, and I'm going to give you the recipe, but I just wanted to show you it and talk to you a little bit about my journey into making pizza, because I just could not afford to buy it and eat it as often as I would like to. So I had to learn how to make it myself. And I cut it myself, and as you can see. And so I just wanted to share with you guys. And I hope that you'll try this. It is not hard to make pizza. Hey, I did all the work for you. I figured out how to make the dough, because I really struggled. My dog is scratching himself incredibly nonstop. He's having a scratching fit here. So that's what you hear in the background. But I just want you to, try it. It's not that difficult. And the results are wonderful. And this is a pan pizza, okay? Oh, pan pizza, my favorite kind. And I did find my pizza pans at a used restaurant supply place. You could use a cast iron skillet, but it's got to be a pretty big one. It really does, for it to work, because otherwise you'll just have a lot of dough in there. Well, some people might not mind, but it would be a deep dish pan pizza. And here's me cutting it and slicing it for my family. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And so we're going to get started on the actual recipe, okay? Now here we go. In this bowl, I have 1 1/4 cup of flour. I have 1 package of active yeast and 1 teaspoon of salt. That's what we're going to start out, and 1 cup of warm water. You want it to be pretty warm, okay? And what I'm going to do here is just stir this in, mix it up really good, because you want about 2 1/4 to 3 cups of flour, but it's kind of hard to tell just exactly how much. I don't think I've ever actually used 3 cups. But here I'm stirring it up really good, and then I'm going to add some more flour to this. I've got another cup of flour here, and I'm going to add a little bit at a time. And I probably add about 1/2 cup right here. And I'm just going to stir this in. This is not hard, folks. It is so easy to do this. It really is. And it is so well worth it. And it's very inexpensive, too. It does not cost much to make a pizza. Package of pepperonis. Here I go. I'm putting more. And package some cheese, mozzarella, whatever, Usually people use mozzarella. I use Munster because I get it on sale. and Munster cheese works as good, but you may not have that in your area, and it may be outrageously priced. Okay, here it is. I took the rest of the flour and threw it on the countertop. And then I dumped this dough out on top of that flour. And I'm just going to knead this. I'm going to knead this dough, you see, with the flour I threw on the countertop. That's all I'm going to do to it. Okay? I'm just going to incorporate the rest of that flour that was in that cup into this dough. That's what I'm going to do here. And that's why I said it's about 2 1/4 cup. Well, yeah, 2 1/4 cup because I used 1 cup. And then I used this 1 1/4 cup when I first started. And then I had another cup in the mixing it in. And then I poured the rest of it on the countertop. And all I'm doing is just incorporating that. And I just keep going and incorporating it. I want you to kind of get an idea, you know, of how this is done. And now I've got a nice ball and I'm going to roll it out. I have just a small amount of the flour on the countertop. You don't want the dough to be real super sticky, but you don't want it to be super stiff either because otherwise it won't roll out nicely. Now I'm going to tell you a secret about this, okay? In my pizza pan, I used corn oil. I greased my pizza pan and I probably used about 1/4 cup, maybe a little more. Let's see, it's sticking to it. I got to put a little more flour on top of this, but I'm going to flip it over because there's plenty of flour there on the board. And but back to the corn oil. The corn oil gives it a buttery taste. It just does. It just gives it a really nice buttery flavor to it. And so I use corn oil for that reason. And I'm going to find out if I've actually made this, you know, rolled it out big enough. I actually take my pizza pan and hold it over the top of the dough because I don't want to roll it out too big, but I also do not want to roll it out too small. I want it to be, you see, I'm going to put this like this, and I already have the corn oil in there. And then I'm just going to fold this dough in half, and I'm going to lift it, fold it in half, and I'm going to set it in that pizza pan. Just like so. There we go. And that's it. And then I'm going to unfold this here. Okay, there we are. I'm just going to unfold it and kind of, you know, spread it out, flatten it out a little bit. And that's it. That's your dough. Now, I'm going to put a lid on this and I'm going to set it in the oven. I got another pizza pan. I'm going to set it on top. I'm going to set it in the other oven until it rises right up to almost around the edge of the pizza pan. Now I'm going to use some spaghetti sauce on top of this here. Okay? Just going to put some spaghetti sauce. When you spread this spaghetti sauce, you know what? You can even use tomato sauce, just plain tomato sauce. You could use Italian style tomato sauce. But I had some leftover spaghetti sauce. I freeze it and I save it for pizza. Be real careful though. When you rub your spoon across the top of it, you want to make sure you don't dig down into the dough, because what you'll do is you'll cause it to flatten, because, you know, when you cut a hole, it deflates it when it's nice and risen. But don't worry, just gently go across and around with your spaghetti sauce. Just gently with your spoon, and that's it. And then we're going to add some cheese. Now, I use Munster, like I said, because I get Munster on sale. And it's a very good melting cheese. And I like the taste of it, too. But you can use mozzarella. And I'm just going to put cheese all over this, okay? Now, remember in the beginning, I already showed you it was cooked and everything, and I was cutting it. Now I'm giving you the recipe on how to make it. So I'm just going to put cheese all over this, just like so. Kind of spread it around, you know. Let's just spread the cheese all around. That's it. I got some stuck on my fingers. Remember, folks, please wash your hands. Please, please, please. You may have to wash them several times, but please do that. Very important, especially with everything, you know, winter, flus, viruses going around. Gotta wash your hands several times. I mean, several times when you're cooking. Okay, now I got the cheese on there. You see? And then what I'm going to do here, I got some of it stuck there. I'm going to add some mushrooms. Now, I do not use fresh. I like canned. I don't know why. I had a friend that she wasn't a real big mushroom person. But oh, she had some pizza when I had the canned mushrooms, and she goes, oh, it's just a totally different flavor. And she really liked it too. And I do too. I don't care for the fresh. I actually like them canned. But that's just me. Like I said, you put whatever you want. You can put jalapenos on your pizza. You can put black olives. You can chop up some small pieces of bell pepper. Whatever you want to put on your pizza or whatever you have on hand. So it could be just a cheese garlic pizza. No pepperonis. It could just be a pepperoni and cheese pizza. Now here I'm putting the pepperonis on it. And I like to put quite a few pepperonis. I must admit that's my weak spot, but hey, it's homemade. That's what is best about doing something homemade. You can do it the way you want and put as much on it as you want. But don't go too overboard with toppings, because if you do, the middle of your dough may come out too doughy, and you may not like that because you want it to be able to cook all the way through. And so, you got to give it some air to breathe, and, don't overload it too much with a whole lot of toppings and different toppings. So you notice even when you go to pizza places, they don't throw tons of everything on top of it. They give you very little when it comes to the toppings. They do. They don't sit and throw a whole bell pepper on a pizza and a whole can of black olives either. They just give you a few on top of there. But I'm just going to go round and round and around I go here, putting this pepperonis on top of this. You see, till I fill it all in. I'm going to fill this all in with pepperonis. Try to cover up every little hole I see. Yep, because I love pepperoni. Oh, when it's cooked really good and it's bubbly and kind of crispy tasting, But I do. But it's not hard to do. Not hard at all. And see? And then that's it. It's all the pepperoni.